From Minute Maid Park in Houston, an AL West matchup on the show. It's the Seattle Mariners taking on the Houston Astros. With Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. Pretty decent win streak on the line in this one, Chris.
This team has been doing all the little things right now. Being able to hit in situations and hit with runners in scoring position. When you look over the course of a long season, if you're going to be successful, it's doing the little things right.
Just a little bit away from first pitch. Starting on the mound in this one, number 23. Always a treat to watch one of the best starters in the sport singing.
Boogie pitched into the seventh, earned the W in his last start. He really needed that one. Well, this team needs another one today. We'll see if he can carry that performance into this game.
Okay, all set to go. And the batter now, Adam Frazier. Edge of the zone, called a strike. And we're off and rolling here in Houston.
First pitch, 7-11.
Next offering is downstairs.
Well, second pitch of this game and already getting squeezed a little bit.
That hit him. And the leadoff man is aboard to start the inning.
Well, he's doing his job as a leadoff hitter. Get on base by any means necessary. And I tell you what, not everybody's up for that task. You got to be able to take some pain. He did right there, and we'll see if he can get around and score.
J.P. Crawford takes a ball here as he stands in now. Runner at first with no outs here. Next one misses. Ball 2.
He's been raking in recent games, and a big reason why, getting ahead in counts. He's been able to do that consistently, and you see the results.
Left-hand batter waits. Fastball in for a strike, and it's 2-1.
Runner.
First offering. Runner goes. Bounce to the right. One out in the top of the first. And now we check out the Mariners lineup. One guy leading the way offensively for this club right now, Kyle Lewis.
And he's leading them in runs batted in this season, which tells me this guy is able to slow things down when it seems like there's a little bit of pressure, and he's looking at it as an opportunity to do damage. You know, a lot of guys, they see runners on base and they get big. They feel like all this pressure, I've got to get these runs in, but somehow he seems to settle into these situations. So watch out when he comes to the plate.
Ty France in the box here. Lets that one go for a ball. Frazier, the runner at second with one away. Next offering is in for a strike.
After the loss yesterday afternoon, where they really didn't ever get things going on offense, I think this is an important opportunity right here to pick up an early run.
Man at second. And now 2-1 after that missed inside. The pitch. And it's even up. Runner at second here, one gone. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And there's 2 away.
Now, it can be so tough as a hitter to pull yourself out of an extended slump, one that lasts for several games, even a week or more. No, right now, he's really in one, so I'm sure his mind is all over the place, racing, having a hard time sleeping, trying to figure out what can get him back on track, back to feeling more comfortable and settled in the box.
Now batting Mitch Haniger. Hit softly on the ground left side. Bregman to first. And they take care of Haniger for the out. And that is that. Mariners leave one. Half inning complete. We've got no score. Back here in Houston, and here is Gary Cox. You talk about the power and the speed together.
Well, we knew he was going to be a stud just coming up. making his way through the minor leagues and quickly at this level an impact player.
Yeah, the pitch is in for a strike. It's 0-1. Left-hand hitter waits. Rolled softly, but that goes foul. Here comes a pitch. Hard hit to third. Whips it to first. And a quick out, number one. Now we check out the Astros lineup. And a big factor for them in recent games, Eugenio Alvarez.
Really an essential part of this lineup. Top 5 in slugging in the American League right now. He's putting up some pretty big power numbers, and when you can get that kind of production out of a player like this, tell you what, it's only going to make the team better as a whole.
Now it's the right fielder, Michael Brantley. Good power, not great in the OBP department. And that one pulled foul. One down, base is empty. Line to left. And that gets down for a base hit.
Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
And stepping in for the Astros, number 30. First pitch, and that's in for a strike. Kicks and fires.
That's where you want it. It's a good miss.
The pitch. Swing and a miss. And the count 1-2.
Good late sink on that fastball. Out of the hand looks so good, and then by the time it gets in the hitting zone, hard to get the barrel to it.
The 1-2. On the ground to the left. Base hit. They fired in quickly, so it's first and second with only one away.
Batting fourth, the shortstop.
So here's the Astros cleanup hitter, number 11. This one in the air, right field. Stretches out and hauls it in.
Batting fifth, the catcher, Diego.
And next to hit for Houston, Diego Corona.
He's been such a good hitter with runners in scoring position. Some guys just take it to another level. For him right now at the plate, it's like everyone else is in slow motion and he's in full speed.
First offering misses the mark. Next offering is in for a strike. Number 26 at second. Number 30 at first. 2 out of the inning. And a pop-up right side, foul territory. Murphy makes the catch, and that'll do it. 2 left for the Astros. We played an inning, no score. All set for the start of the inning. And stepping in for the Mariners, Tom Murphy.
The catcher, number 2, Tom Murphy.
The wind to the pitch. 0-1.
Boom, that's cheddar, baby.
And he deals. Strike two.
When you throw a fastball by a guy like that, I imagine it's got to feel incredible. Look for him to throw it again at some point.
Next one just misses. Now 1-2.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Got him swinging. 1 down.
Toughest pitch to hit, fastball on the outer black. Man, sometimes you just got to tip your cap.
The center fielder, number 1, Kyle Lewis.
This is Kyle Lewis. That one's in there, 0-1. No score here in the second. The next pitch misses, and the count is 1-1. Mike Fillmore, our plate umpire, very consistent with his zone. Chris gets a lot of praise for that.
He does, Boog, and I think that with any umpire, you really just want them to be consistent. Fillmore's a guy that does a good job back there in that way, so people around the league really appreciate his consistency. Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
The wide to kick the pitch. And a ball evens the count.
I got the count 2-2.
A swing and a soft liner. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there are 2 down.
The third baseman, Eugenio Suarez.
2 outs. Base is empty. Eugenio Suarez up to hit now.
His next home run will be the 200th in his career. It would be pretty cool to see it right here.
First offering, and it just misses. Next pitch is downstairs. Two down, nobody on. Edge of the zone for a strike. Strike 1.
Looks like a really good fastball today. You can hear that catcher's mitt popping. Looking forward to hearing a lot of that one in this one.
Second inning here, no score. That one in for a strike. 2-2.
I mean, that's perfect location right on the black. I mean, over and over again, this guy demonstrates the ability to hit those spots. They're so tough to do anything with as a hitter.
The 2-2. Just missed.
That's a good miss off the inside part of the plate. You'd much rather miss there than out over the plate where this guy could do some real damage.
Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. Two outs. Line drive, and that should be extra bases. Around first and hustling for second. And he's in there standing up with a 2-out double.
A little more backspin on that instead of the top spin. And he's jogging around the bases rather than pulling up at second.
Jared Kellner.
So up next, Jared Kellner.
And Boog, I'd say he's due.
And that's in there for strike 1.
Well, they're looking to get on the board first here after that clutch 2-out double made this inning interesting.
And now the lefty. That one hooked foul. Runner at second, 2 down. Swing and a miss, and that is that. One left for Seattle. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Back here in Houston, now it's Yordan Alvarez. He's not going to get cheated up there.
No, he's not. He's looking to do damage with every swing he takes.
The pitch. Swing and a tapper that rolls foul. The pitch. Oh, now this one is blasted to right. Forget it. Way back there and gone. Yordan Alvarez blasts one out. His 12th of the season. Just like that, they move in front. It's 1-0.
Well, he put a really nice swing on that one, and everything was on time, took a direct path to the ball, excellent extension, and just drove it out of here. Nothing better than when the ball jumps off your bat like that.
And now it's Alex Bregman. Put that 600 slugging into context. The league average usually in the low 400s.
Bregman.
That hits the dirt, and that is ball one.
Okay, from here, he's got to treat this as a clean inning. Forget about the fact that his team is now down by a run.
Next offering is down low.
2-0.
And a pitch. In the air out to center. Lewis drifts towards it. Drops into the glove. And there's one away.
Batting eighth, the second baseman, Jose Altuve.
Here's the former MVP, Jose Altuve. And the first pitch misses for ball one. Next offering is in for a strike.
Backdoored him with a breaking ball, just got the corner. There's nothing you can really do with that.
And 1-2.
I got the count 1-2.
1-2 now. Altuve waits. Bounced up the middle. Throw to first is in time. And they get Altuve for the out.
Batting ninth, the designated hitter,
Yuli Gurriel comes up to hit. In there for strike one. And a pitch. Bounce to the left side. And it goes just foul. And a pitch. Out to short. Crawford handles the chance, and he's safe at first.
Well, from the time you're a little leaguer, you're taught to hustle out of the box and give it a full sprint through the base regardless of how you hit it. And he didn't make great contact, but the effort was there, and he earns the base hit.
So 2 down now, and here is Gary Cox. That one lifted to left. Kellner makes the catch, and that'll do it. One scores in the inning coming on this solo home run. It's an early 1-0 lead. And welcome back. And now, Dylan Moore.
Leading off for the Mariners, the designated hitter, Dylan Moore.
The wind of the pitch. And he flips a breaking ball in there or a changeup.
Either one. Something off speed. Good arm action on it. Whatever it was.
0-1.
That's a
Now
ball.
1-1.
I got a ball, 1 strike.
Falling behind 2-1. The big lefty turns, kicks, deals. Late that time, and it's strike 2.
Well, he just threw that fastball by him, elevated, and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to, especially with that velocity.
The pitch. Stays alive.
Starting to get some pretty good timing on that breaking ball, but he's going to have to stay ready for a fastball. Don't want to watch one go right by you.
The wind and the pitch. And a foul ball. He stays alive. Kicks and deals.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. And a swing and a miss. And 1 out now.
Got away with that curveball, no doubt about it. It passed right through the heart of the strike zone, and he just couldn't get the bat on it. When you strike out on one like that, that's when you start having conversations with yourself, and they're not usually very friendly.
So the lineup flips over. Here's Adam Frazier. First pitch, and that's in for a strike. Left-hand hitter waits. Strike 2.
Man, he was really tardy on that fastball. Great job of setting him up by throwing the curveball. Add some velocity to it on the next pitch. Can't catch up.
And down on strikes he goes. And now 2 gone. Back-to-back strikeouts to start the frame, and that's now 3 in a row.
Yeah, he's really settling in and getting a feel for his pitches, throwing them where he wants to right now. So we'll see how long he can keep this streak going.
And up next for Seattle, J.P. Crawford. Grounded out his first time. That one's in there, 0-1.
0-1.
Left-hand batter waits. And now it's even up. Swings and misses. And it's 1-2. And a swing and a miss. And that's that. And 1-2-3 go the Mariners. And it remains 1-0. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And now the right fielder, Michael Brantley.
Astros, the right fielder, Michael Brantley.
Gonzalez back to work. There's a strike.
Well, don't expect too many more high fastballs. This is a good sinker ball pitcher, and sometimes they can make mistakes trying to pitch up in the zone. Look for him to stay down around the knees to be effective.
0-2.
And here it comes.
Inside, ball 1.
stays alive. Soft contact in the air, and there's a base hit. Off to a good start with a leadoff knock.
Good two-strike hitting right there, Boog. A bit of a lost start for some, so that was nicely done to beat the odds. With the way defenders track down balls these days, I mean, both from the infield and in the outfield, there really aren't a lot of base hits on balls hit like that. But there's always a little room back behind the first and second baseman to drop a lawn dart in there, and he found a way.
Number 30 at the plate now. That's ball one. On the ground out to short, and it finds its way through for a hit. Lead runner holds up. They're at first and second with nobody out.
Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.
And here now is the Astros cleanup hitter, number 11. Lined, and that's a base hit. Brantley around third. He will score, and they lead by 2.
Now, no waiting around right there. He was ready to swing it on the first pitch. That's about as textbook as it gets. Got his stride and load out of the way early. He stayed inside that ball and squared it up out front. Man, that was like he was in the cage hitting off a tee. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
So digging in, Diego Corona. Ground ball right side, could be 2. Fired to second, and that's 2.
Well, a very fast developing play right there. No margin for error. Nice double play on a fast runner up the line.
Two outs, base is empty. Yordan Alvarez up next for the Astros.
44. Yordan.
Swing and a line drive caught. 3 innings complete. It's the Astros 3 and the Mariners nothing. Welcome back onto the 4th, and now for Seattle, Ty France.
Leading off for the Mariners, the first baseman, Ty France.
Well, certainly doing his very best out there on the mound to bring that win streak to a halt.
And the first offering is not close.
He's been pitching well, but going through this middle of the order second time through, we'll see what kind of adjustments are being made.
And strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes to count.
Here's a 1-2. The punch out there, and one gone.
Well, right now he's in cruise control, autopilot, just dominating these hitters. I mean, it doesn't look like it's a fun at bat. And all of a sudden, you become in awe of this guy on the mound. Somebody's got to break this thing up. That's 5 straight strikeouts. Got to put a ball in play.
So now it's the Mariner cleanup hitter, Mitch Haniger. First pitch, and he just misses. Kicks and fires. Up the middle, and it finds its way through for a hit. One gone, runner at first. So here's Murphy now. Check on the runner. Haniger back on a dive. And that's in there for strike 1. The pitch. There's a strike.
Down 0-2.
The 0-2. And a pop-up right side, foul territory. Hauls it in for the out.
The center fielder, number 1, Kyle.
Man at first, Kyle Lewis now at the plate.
He's looking to hit the ball the other way in 99% of his at-bats. But if you make a mistake middle in, he can touch you up for a 4-bagger.
In there, and it's 0-1.
That fastball at the bottom of the zone can be very effective. Just got to keep it on the corners.
The 0-1. Swing and a miss. That is strike 2.
Well, that's textbook pitching right there. I mean, he executed those first 2 pitches perfectly.
Next offering misses, and the count is 1-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 3rd out. Mariners leave 1. Still down 3-0. Back here at Minute Maid Park, John Sciambi and Chris Singleton with you. And leading off the bottom of the 4th, Alex Bregman.
Alex Bregman.
And a pitch. Softly hit to 3rd, and he grabs it foul. And now the 0-1. Out to short. Crawford picks it up. And 1 gone in the 4th as they get the leadoff man.
Up next to the second baseman, Jose Altuve.
Jose Altuve, the next to hit. He's 0 for 1. In there for strike 1.
0-1.
Here's the 0-1. Next offering misses down and away. That one missed.
The count is 2-1.
Well, this is a good time to step out of the box, take a deep breath, reset. A couple of change-ups. Probably won't see another one here.
At the belt and fires. And that one missing low. Got him. Out number 2.
Well, he wasn't happy with that called 3rd strike in and off the plate, and I think he's right. I mean, that miss, it's a really tough one, though, for an umpire back there, so I don't think you can be too mad at him. It looks like it's in the zone the entire way coming in until those last few feet, so I'd say pretty easy to understand why he'd say it clipped the corner. Just a nice pitch.
Here's Gurriel. That one misses in the dirt. Oh, now this one's high and deep. Way back there. On its way. Gone. Yuli Gurriel bops one out of here. And they add to the lead. It's 4-0.
Really great job of anticipation there. He knows he throws the sinker. That one down in the zone. You're trying to beat it to the spot it's getting to. Well, he won.
Gary Cox up next for the Astros. This guy with big-time power and an elite defender. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
Counts 1-0.
Ground ball up the middle. Fires over to first. Out number 3. But add on one more as the solo shot stretches their lead even further. It's now a 4-0 ball game. Back here at the ballpark, new inning getting started. Eugenio Suarez up to the plate now. He is very much your typical power hitter. I'd say he falls into the 3 true outcomes category.
Well, we've seen more and more of that lately. The ability to drive the ball to slog is getting heavily favored over any discipline or strikeout concerns. Not what he's looking for there in the 0-0 count. Looks like he wants the ball down in the zone.
Next offering is in for a strike.
Pretty impressive. We haven't seen that pitch from him much, but he's got a really good feel when he throws it.
And down on strikes. And that's the first out.
Well, big power guy right there and generating so much bat speed. It's hard to bring that to a halt once you've committed. He tried to check the swing, just couldn't do it.
Kellner takes low, second trip to the plate in this one. And it's 1-1.
I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
The wind of the pitch. And a swing and a miss. That's his second strikeout.
Pretty electric stuff showing up on the mound right now. I mean, in the double-digit strikeouts, he should be able to rack up some more before he's done in this one. And you know, not many of these hitters have had much of an answer for what he's offering out there.
Dylan Moore will hit next. He was a strikeout victim his first time. First offering misses the mark. The pitch. Swing and a miss. And a count 1-1. Swing and a miss. And a count 1-2.
Looking sharp, just a strike away from 5 shutout innings.
The next offering misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count with 2 outs. Here comes a pitch. Hit in the air, right field. Brantley makes the catch, and that'll do it. Mariners go down quietly there. They're down 4-0. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Now the number 2 hitter, Michael Brantley.
For the Astros, the right fielder, Michael Brantley.
And a pitch. Strike 1.
He's been great in this one. Eye-hand coordination just failed him a little bit right there.
Up the middle, and it's through for a hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Oh, this has been a really nice game at the plate for him. He looks locked in. Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Marco Gonzalez will depart, and as he heads for the dugout, we'll take a quick break. New arm on the mound when we get back. Pitching change here. Anthony Misevich. He pitched yesterday, and we'll see him once again.
Well, at this point of the ball game, we're talking about middle innings, and you need a little length out of this arm coming out of the bullpen. We'll see just how many outs he's able to give his skipper.
So man aboard. So next up for Houston, number 30. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Brantley aboard here at first with nobody out. Next pitch is popped up. Crawford under it. Puts it away for the out.
Now batting, number 11.
Man at first, number 11 up next for the Astros. He is quite an athlete. I mean, you look around the other sports, basketball, football, you feel like he could thrive in one of those sports too. That one's in there, 0-1.
No need to offer at that pitch until you get to 2 strikes. It's just a low percentage of success when you want to try to go after that down and away pitch.
Next offering is downstairs. Some activity in the Mariners bullpen. Eric Swanson up and throwing. Munoz, a hard throwing right-hander, up as well. Rolled to short, possible 2-ball. Over to Frazier. Double play. What a twin killing to end the inning. We're through 5. It's the Astros 4 and the Mariners nothing. Back here in Houston, top of the 6th inning. Here's the Seattle leadoff man, Adam Frazier.
The second baseman, Adam.
And he deals. That's in for a strike. Oh, and 2 as he waves at that one. The pitch. In the air, left field, down the line, and there's a hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single. That ups his hitting streak to lucky number 13.
The Baker's dozen, Boog, and it doesn't seem like a huge number, but anytime you get to the point where you've hit in every game for almost 2 weeks straight, that's a sign of what kind of rhythm you're in.
So man aboard. Here's the shortstop at the plate, J.P. Crawford. First pitch, and that's in for a strike.
Well, here's a good opportunity in this inning to get on the scoreboard after that leadoff hit, and hard the order coming up right behind them. This is where they need to get going.
The pitch. A swing and a soft liner. A little bloop single.
Back-to-back singles. That's a ball that a lot of times you'll see the shortstop or left fielder be able to get to if it hangs up in the air long enough. But right there, it just died and found a way to drop in on the green stuff with base hit. Could be a chance here for them to start clawing back into this ball game.
Now here is Ty France. And first offering is fouled off. And the pitch. Backed off the plate that time.
Boog, he never moved because he never had time to. But that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
Next offering is in for a strike.
He's been able to go inside as well as outside, effectively working both sides of the plate in this at bat.
1-2 now. And that skips in the dirt. On the ground to first, and that squirts through. And they're happy to play station to station right here. Bases loaded, nobody out.
Now that is the right fielder.
And stepping in for the Mariners, Mitch Haniger. First pitch, and he just misses.
Well, he's just given up 3 straight hits, and now behind in this count to this hitter. Might be a good time for somebody to call a timeout. Maybe the pitching coach go out there and talk to him just a little bit.
Frazier, the runner at third. Crawford on second. France at first with no outs. And there's a strike.
You need a strikeout, and you need a ball perhaps on the ground for a double play, or get yourself a pop-up, something, but you've got to make some pitches. But if he can battle and get through this.
To second, there's one. How about that double play?
Now that is.
It's always great when you can add a run, but in this situation with the bases loaded, double play is kind of a rally killer.
Now it's Tom Murphy. That hits the dirt, and that's ball one. Two outs with a runner at third. He swings and fouls one off. Next one misses, and a count 2-1.
One strike.
Two outs. That one off the mark, and the count is 3-1. Swing and a miss. 3-2 now.
I guess you throw it that hard, you can get away with locations like that right down the middle, but I still think it's a dangerous pitch. Don't want to do it again.
Two outs and one in scoring position. Swing and a miss. The velocity blasted it right past him. We go to the bottom half of inning number 6, and the 5, 6, 7 slots due up. It's the Astros 4 and the Mariners 1. And welcome back. Now it's the power speed combo. Diego Corona.
Try to keep that hitting streak alive. 10-game hitting streak for the young man.
The wind and the pitch. And ball one. The pitch. Up the middle. Base hit. So a man on base to start the inning. Not sure if too many people have been paying attention to it quite yet, Siggy, but that extends his hit streak to 11 now.
Well, I know he knows about it, even if a lot of our viewers don't. And this is when it's clear it's no fluke. 11 games in a row. Man, that's when even the hitting coach starts to leave you alone. You're going so good that nobody wants to mess it up.
Here's Yordan Alvarez. He launched a solo shot back in the second inning of this one.
Yeah, that was big for these guys early on. Definitely helped them get off onto the right foot.
Here goes the runner. Strike in there. Safe at second with a stolen base. Siggy, he definitely showed off the wheels there.
Yeah, and it turned out to be a bang-bang play. StatCast gives us the data, and that stolen base wasn't possible without that sprint speed.
Man at second. Runner at second, nobody out. Next pitch is in the dirt. And the count 1-2. And now the lefty. And now the count is even. Kicks and deals. Swung on, belted, on its way. Turning, looking, and that one is gone. Yordan Alvarez circles the bases. And they throw a pair on the board. It's 6-1.
Looks like this guy was looking out over the plate, but he was ready to turn on the inside fastball. So direct to the pitch. Absolutely blasted out of this ballpark.
Here's Alex Bregman.
Number 2.
First pitch is in the dirt.
Bregman.
Ball one, no strike.
And here it comes. Good eye right there.
He's getting a little frustrated out there on the mound, getting hit around a little bit. Let's see if he can settle himself down.
The Y to kick the pitch.
Ball
Now 3-0. And there's ball 4.
Well, this came apart right there. 4-pitch walk, and guy at the plate was not going to help him out by swinging at something out of the zone.
Man at first. Jose Altuve digs in now. Bregman runs. Fly ball to right. Haniger brings it in, and there's one down.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Yuli.
Now it's Yuli Gurriel. Popped up. And it falls. Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds at second with one gone.
Now batting, center fielder, Top.
And now here's a speed threat. Outfielder Gary Cox. This is a true 5-tool guy. Not very many of them out there, but when he's on the field, you can't take your eye off of him.
Fans come to the ballpark to watch him play. And in baseball, to have such a talented player going out there every day and putting on the show that he does, just a joy to watch.
Left-hand batter waits. That one is absolutely belted. That's got a chance. Safe. He beats the tag. And they're pulling away up by 7 now.
Back-to-back base hits. Anytime you smoke a ball off the wall, you kind of think about what it could have been. But obviously, you have to be happy with that result.
So out of the bullpen for the Mariners, Andres Munoz. He comes in with his team trailing by a bunch, so he'll try to keep it where it is. Man at second with 1 away. And Michael Brantley is going to come up to hit.
Now batting, right fielder, Michael Brantley.
First pitch doesn't find the zone. Cox, the runner at second with 1 away. Pickoff throw. Dives back. Out. And the right-hander deals. Aye. So now 1-2.
It might be time to choke up a little bit, get that front foot down early, maybe even just spread out. He's really late right now.
Next pitch is inside. Now 2-2. And a swing and a miss. Down on strikes. That is the inning. We're through 6 full. It's the Astros 8 and the Mariners 1. Back here in Houston, we go to the top of the 7th. Here's the center fielder, Kyle Lewis.
The center fielder, number 1, Kyle Lewis.
The big lefty turns, kicks, deals. And there's a ball. And it's fouled away. And a pitch. Going to count 1-2.
So impressive how the velo is still there even this deep into the outing.
The wind of the pitch. And a foul ball. He stays alive. Next pitch misses. And the count is even 2-2. Two now. And that one wrapped foul. And a pitch. That one misses, and the count's full. Swing and a high fly ball, pretty well struck right field. That's back. Gone. His 7th home run of the season, and they're chipping away. It's 8-2.
Knew what pitch he wanted to hit. Spent on some other pitches in this at bat. Was very patient, and it paid off.
Here's the third baseman, Eugenio Suarez.
Up next for Seattle, the third baseman.
Next offering is down low. 1-0.
1, no strike.
And it's even up. Activity in the bullpen for Houston. Hector Neris getting ready to go. Baez getting cranked up as well. Next offering is in for a strike.
The count is 1 and 2.
The wind of the pitch. And misses inside.
Still just the second batter of the inning, and on the mound he's already thrown 13 pitches. They've got him working hard out there.
Kicks and fires. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. And he's down on strikes for the second time today.
Well, that high four-seam fastball has become such a staple as a strikeout pitch over the years. And what's so tough as a hitter is that you see it extremely well. The problem is the velocity and spin rate just happens to jump by you. You expand your zone, you don't stay tall on the backside, and you're really not even able to make contact. If you do, many times it's a pop-up.
Kellner in the box again. Takes a strike. And the lefty with the 0-1. This one smacked out to left center. Alvarez makes the catch. 2 down.
Up next for Seattle, the designated hitter, Dylan.
2 outs, base is empty. In now is the Mariners DH, Dylan Moore. And that one is lifted in the air. Alvarez under it. And puts the squeeze on that one. And that'll do it. But a solo home run will at least get this closer to respectability. And this is now an 8-2 ball game. Welcome back. And now number 30. Singing, he's a guy that covers both sides of the plate about as well as anyone in the sport. How difficult is that to do?
Well, just look at the back of my bubblegum card. You'll see how hard it is. These guys are great, man. They have the ability to look out there, but also to be able to turn on the inside pitch. Those that can really sharpen things on the outer half, those are the ones that become elite.
Next offering is fouled back. And the righty deals. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And they get the leadoff hitter in the 7th.
Definitely made him chase a little bit out of the zone right there. I don't think that's a strike if he takes it. Pretty textbook pitching. Get ahead in the count, get the guy in the box on his heels, and then force him to chase your pitch where he doesn't have much of a chance to do any damage.
Number 11 up next for the Astros. First pitch, and he has to get out of the way. At the belt and fires. That one misses, and that's ball 2.
2-0.
The 2-0 is in for a strike. The pitch. Gets the outside corner with that one.
2 strikes.
Right-hander kicks, deals. Foul ball there. Next pitch is outside. Is there a little wrinkle to that? I think there was.
Yeah. A little slider action.
Righty to the plate. Liner caught at second.
Now batting, the catcher,
Diego Corona getting ready to hit.
With this kind of lead, he can swing freely, try to hit the ball out of the park, do what he loves to do.
First pitch just misses. The 1-0. Pitch misses there. 2 balls, no strikes to count.
Back-to-back fastballs in. That last one called for a strike. Probably go away, but look for him to come back in there to try to finish you off.
Two balls and a strike. Here it comes. Swings and misses. It's 2-2. Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. Third out, and that ends the frame. Nothing doing there for Houston. They lead at 8-2. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Hector Neris. And he'll try to keep this big lead right where it is. Back here at Minute Maid Park. Now it's the second baseman, Adam Frazier.
Leading off for Seattle, the second baseman, Adam Frazier.
And a pitch. Clips the corner. That's strike one. Next offering misses, and now it's even 1-1. The 1-1. There's the strike.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And he grounds one back up the middle into the outfield. Base hit. Off to a good start with a leadoff knock.
Good job of just putting the ball in play with 2 strikes. Couldn't get any air under it, but he smoked that ball back up the middle. Timing was just perfect. Got great wood on it, and there was just no chance for the infielders with how hard he hit it.
J.P. Crawford up next for the Mariners. In there, and it's 0-1.
Well, the leadoff man gets on. You want to minimize the threat by playing sound defense. Hopefully the pitcher can get a ball on the ground and they can roll him up for 2.
Righty delivers. That one fouled off. Oh, 0-2 now. Good eye in that spot. Activity in the bullpen. Ryan Stanek, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. Baez getting loose as well. Frazier on at first. Nobody out. That one hammered, but pulled foul. Right-handed reliever.
2-2 count.
Stays alive. The pitch. The punch out there, and that's the first out. Ty France up next for the Mariners.
The first baseman, Ty France.
In there for strike one.
0-1's the count.
Next offering is in for a strike. Next one misses. It's a ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2. Well struck left field. And it hits the top of the wall. Alvarez whips it in quickly, and that forces the runner to hold on at third.
Up next for Seattle, the right fielder.
So they're at the corners now. And now it's the cleanup hitter for the Mariners, Mitch Haniger. Swing and a ball lifted left field. Alvarez. Couple of steps in. He's got it, and there's 2 away.
Now batting, catcher, Tom Murphy.
Tom Murphy up next for the Mariners for the 4th time tonight. Next pitch downstairs, and that's ball 1.
Counts 1-0.
Next offering is in for a strike. This one in the dirt. Swing and a miss. It's 2-2. Corners are occupied with 2 down. And that chance handled to first, and that is that. Mariners leave a couple, and it's still 8-2. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Eric Swanson. And we'll see how he performs in this situation with his team down big. Back here at the ballpark, ready for the bottom of the 8th. Here's the left fielder, Yordan Alvarez. Singy, you can't ask for anything more. This guy checks all the boxes offensively.
He's the ultimate professional, and it doesn't just start at game time. It starts in the afternoon, the way he prepares and gets ready for the ball game. I tell you what, his teammates feed off of the leadership that he shows on and off the field.
Action in the bullpen for Seattle. Diego Castillo appears to be getting loose. In the air to left center. Kellner makes the play, and there's 1 down.
Now batting, the 3rd baseman, Alex Bregman.
Now it's Alex Bregman. That one's in there, 0-1. The pitch.
That's a ball. 1-1.
That's ripped. Base hit.
All over that one right there. Nice line drive to the full side. Met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield.
Man at first with one gone. Jose Altuve up to hit here. First offering, and it just misses.
Ball 1, no strike.
And he deals.
Hey.
And that one fouled off.
He was a little out front, but did a good job keeping the hands back long enough to foul that pitch off.
Kicks and deals. Out towards right center field. Haniger on the move. And he makes the catch. And there's 2 down.
The batter, the designated hitter, Ulieski.
Next to hit, Yuli Gurriel.
Really good piece of hitting last time, going to the opposite field.
And that's in there for strike 1.
Some guys are just more confident if they can track that first pitch out of the hand of the pitcher. They don't care if they fall behind 0-1.
Kicks and fires. Gurriel gets a piece. And the pitch. And a foul ball. He stays alive. Bregman leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Look out. Almost got him upstairs. Here's a 1-2. Stays alive. The pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count with 2 outs. Swing and a base hit.
Solid swing from start to end, on time with everything, really good balance, nice extension, and he met it out front for the line drive knock.
So the Houston lineup turns over. Here's the Astros leadoff man, Gary Cox. First pitch, and that's in for a strike. First and second, 2 down. Puts it in the air out towards left center. Lewis gliding to his right, pulls it in on the run. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. 2 left for the Astros. They lead at 8-2. Back here in Houston, and now the center fielder, Kyle Lewis.
The center fielder, number 1, Kyle Lewis.
The pitch. That one missed.
I can't play around with him here. It's a 6-run lead at this point. Got to attack hitters, even if you give up a solo shot.
Next pitch misses. 2-0. Swing and a miss, and that is strike one. The 2-1. Smash to the left side. Zips it across, and they get the leadoff man in the ninth.
Now batting, third baseman, Eugenio.
And up next for Seattle, Eugenio Suarez. They say you win.
0-1.
Right side, and that's just foul. Oh, 2 now. And the pitch is outside, ball 1.
0-2 pitch that far out of the zone gives the hitter a little confidence that maybe he can climb back into this at bat.
The 1-2. That one is upstairs. Slice down the right side. Two. And that one fouled off. Next offering upstairs.
Good purpose pitch right there, trying to tease him, get him to raise his sights, pop something up, and make it an easy out.
Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock.
The left fielder, number 10, Jared.
Here's Jared Kellner. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. And the righty deals. And now just 2 outs away.
Not showing great command so far in this at bat. 2-0 count. He's got to execute here or this could get ugly.
2-0. And he takes a strike.
Count 2-1.
That one fouled off. 2-2. Here comes a pitch. Cut on and miss. Struck him out. That's out number 2.
Boog gets talked about a lot, but a good high fastball in a 2-strike situation, it's just become such a problem for hitters in more recent years. I mean, with all of the emphasis by pitchers on developing that spin rate, having a good grip on the baseball, those high fastballs, they kind of look like to the hitter that they're rising, even though they're not, but they're not decreasing in velocity and spin rate, so very difficult to get the barrel on it.
Moore now at the plate as he swings through strike 1. In the dirt, blocked. In there safely. Ball to strike. And now 1 strike away.
They can live up in the zone all game if guys will chase it. That's just too much velocity. Hitters got to look down in the zone.
Down to their final strike.
That's
And now it's even up.
2-2 now.
Is just one strike away. That smash towards center. He pulls it down. Ball game. And the Astros take this one in a blowout.
Well, another night, another win. This team is a must-watch right now. Even if it goes late, there's a rain delay, extra innings. People are going to stay up late to see this streak continue.
8-2 the final here for Chris Singleton and our entire crew. I'm John Shambi saying so long.
Fans, our final line score tonight. First for the victorious Astros, 8 runs on 15 hits. No errors. They left 6 men on base. For the Mariners, 2 runs, 9 hits. No errors. They left 7 men on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 15 minutes. Thank you for joining us here tonight. And we remind you to please drive home safely.